Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing this fall inspired halo eye that you see me wearing. We're using a palette that I picked up recently, and I just love fall, and I feel very inspired. The leaves are starting to change and I love to incorporate color in a cool way into my looks. Halo eyes are very popular right now, and it's a fun way to sort of change up your eye look. So if you want to see how I accomplish this look, then keep on watching. Alright, so I've scooted you in so that you can take a closer look at what I'm doing. Today we're using the City Mini palette by Maybelline. This one is in Urban Jungle. It's just really pretty for fall, sort of green shades with some gold as well. So one thing I did notice about this palette is it doesn't really have like a lighter transition color, which I like to use in the crease. So instead of just popping in with a darker color, I'm gonna go into the bronzer that I used on my face, and that's what I'm gonna put in my crease to start. So the bronzer I'm wearing today is the one I always wear, really. It's my favorite. It's the Too Faced Sweethearts bronzer in Sweet Tea. And I'm just taking a fluffy brush and I'm just gonna start to buff that into my crease. And that just gives us like a starting off point so that when we start to add additional colors, you know, this helps to just blend everything. And it also helps us to give sort of a gradient up to the arch and our brow bone, okay? So I just put that on the crease. Just, I'm not being super precise with it or anything, just buffing it in. And then the first shade that I'm gonna go into is this. It's like a darker sort of army green color. So I'm just gonna get that on the same brush. And these are very pigmented, so I would go in with a light hand. You can always add more later, but once you've gone too heavy, it's hard to sort of recover from that. So with the halo eye, I'm gonna focus on the outer corner and the inner corner, and then eventually connect them in the middle. So I'm just gonna start packing this green color right here on my outer corner and a little bit into my crease. I just think these palettes from Maybelline that they released lately, the City Mini palettes, they pack a good punch. They're like $7.99 or $8. And I just think it's such a cool way to incorporate, you know, different colors without having to buy like a huge palette of crazy colors that maybe you're not going to use. So, and everything in these palettes is enough to give you like a whole look. So that's pretty cool. So as you can see, I'm just focusing on the inner and the outer corners. And then without putting any more product on my brush, I'm just gonna start to connect these two. And you can see I'm leaving the middle of my lid blank. I'm just buffing that in. And see how that starts to blend really nicely with the transition color. And then you don't have a harsh line. What we don't want is a harsh line. And then what I do too is I'll go into my bronzer again and just pick up some of the bronzer, and like see right here where it's a little, it needs to be blended a little bit more. I'll just start to buff that in. And make sure that it just looks really smooth and blown out, okay? The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into some of these more shimmery shades. Now, what I like to do when doing a halo eye is I'll take like my flat shader brush like this. So it's flat, but it's wide. And I'll just spray it with a little bit of my setting spray. And then that just helps to pick up the product. So I'm gonna go into this color right here. It's, these colors don't have names, but it's just sort of like a olive color and it's shimmery. I'm gonna pick up some of that. And I'm gonna go not in the corner, but just in between the corner and the blank portion. This is just transitioning inward from the darker outer corner. Just start to pack that on. These halo eyes, they look really complicated, but honestly, once you get the hang of it, like this goes really quick. It's one of the quickest looks I know. So now that we've done the darkest color on the outer corner and then our transition color, now I'm gonna take just another flat shader brush. This one's a little bit smaller than the last one, but it's still flat and wide. I'm gonna spray that. And then I'm gonna go into this gold color right here. It's very shimmery, it's so pretty. This is like perfect for fall. And I'm just gonna start to pack that onto the center of my lid, right where we left that blank space, okay? And you can go as bright and vibrant with this as you want. But it just, I think it's so pretty, this halo look. Isn't that cool? It's like green and gold. You guys know I'm a diehard Packer fan. They just played their first game of the regular season against the Seahawks. So cool. So next I'm gonna take my brush, my fluffy brush again, and grab just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of that first shade, that dark green, and I'm gonna go into the outer and inner corners again and just make sure that we didn't lose any of the depth. All right. Next, I'm gonna take just a little, this is just a little fluffy brush. I like to use this for my brow bone. So I'm gonna highlight the brow bone. I like the way this brush applies because it's not super dense, but it also is small enough that it lets me be pretty precise. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so pretty. And then I have this flat angled brush that I'm gonna use. It's super tiny. I'm just gonna grab some of this olive shade that we used to transition from the dark inner corner into the gold, and I'm gonna get this on this flat brush, and this is what I'm gonna use to smoke out my bottom lash line. It's so pretty. Okay. And if you want to make this less dramatic, you can always skip using such a smoky shade in your lash line, and then it will brighten it up a little bit. And if you want to make it less dramatic, you can always skip the winged liner. I'm not really into less dramatic with my eye looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go for it. I did have a tiny bit of fallout, so I'm just gonna use my powder brush and just brush that away. Okay. Don't use your hands to brush it away because it just like pushes it into your skin, and then it makes it so much more difficult to deal with. So with the winged liner, this is kind of an interesting technique, but I'll show you. I'm gonna go ahead and wing it like I normally do, and then we're gonna do something a little bit different. So as you guys know, certainly wing your eyeliner how you like to do it. I personally don't like to go past the middle portion of my eye. You guys know that. Okay. So I'm just gonna do a quick wing. Alright, and then I'm gonna take the tiny shader brush that we used for the gold. I'm just gonna touch this up right here. And then, this is where it gets a little different. I'm gonna take my fluffy brush again, go into that dark green shade, and I'm gonna smoke out the liner with that green. So it's not a harsh line on your lid, okay? Just like that. And then I just make sure to not, I don't want to lose any of the intensity of the gold, so I'll sometimes go back and forth. Just keep working with it till you get it right where you want it. So next we're gonna go into mascara. Now this mascara is new for me on the channel. I've used it before, but I used a different version of it, but this is the Essence Lash Princess. This is like $4.99, and the green one I used before, and it's really nice. So I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm not gonna wear falsies today, but I'm just gonna pop this on. It's really nice. The brush is really nice. It does a really good job of like separating and curling your lashes. It's so nice. I personally don't use a lash curler. I know some people might find that really strange, but I have never had good results with a lash curler. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. I just don't see the difference. But if it works for you, I mean, that's what makeup is all about, right? Like doing exactly what works for you and what makes you feel creative and beautiful. So this is really nice mascara though. I mean, for $5, I'm gonna do another layer over here. Okay, so for lip color, I've tossed around a couple of ideas. I really like the L'Oreal Infallible lip paints, and I thought that might be pretty, but it's also a little bit dramatic. So I think I'm gonna go with a nude lip today. This one is the NYX Lingerie Liquid Lip. This is in Lace Detail. So this one is like the perfect nude for my skin tone, and these are a really nice formula. So I'm just gonna put this on. The nice thing about nude lips too is that it's just so forgiving. When it's close to the color of your skin tone, it's like if you make just a tiny mistake, it's okay, you know? Okay, so that's cute. I think that looks pretty. And then I think I'm gonna go with a gloss. I like matte lips sometimes, but lately I've been into just a really glossy look. So this is my Holy Grail go-to gloss. This is the Revlon Super Lustrous in Super Natural. I'm just gonna pop that on. There we go. Very pretty. I love this look. I love these palettes from Maybelline. I know I've been raving and raving. You guys are probably sick of it. I've tried 2 so far. We're gonna keep trying them to see which one's our favorite. I have 3 more that I haven't tried. So far we've done the Chill Brunch Neutrals and Urban Jungle. Today was Urban Jungle, and I love the fall like green and gold colors in here, and it's just shimmery. There's colors in here too that we haven't even touched yet, and so I mean there's a lot of looks that you can come up with these palettes. So it's just a really cool way to incorporate color and play around a little bit with that. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and tutorial. If you did, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Make sure to comment and subscribe before you leave, but thanks for watching.